I mentioned earlier that diffuse light reflection reflects evenly across an object surface, and it took me a really long time to find examples of diffuse light reflection in my house because almost no object is purely diffuse. I think that this paper probably comes fairly close, but almost everything has a little bit of a mixed reflection. So this paper here, the yellow part, is evenly reflecting yellow photons. The lines are reflecting blue and red. The next type of photonic reflection that I have is specular reflection. Specular reflection is shine. So when I look at this bowl here, because I can see shine, I can see reflection. I can actually see a mirror-like reflection in this part of the bowl, and just a diffuse shine in the inside of the bowl. Specular reflection happens when light bounces down, the photons hit an object, and are reflected off perpendicular to the object at which they hit. This is referred to as the angle of incidence, and you can see that as I move the bowl, the shine still hits your eye evenly, but because the light is moving, it appears to move just a little tiny bit. Mirror-like reflection, like this, functions in a very similar way. And I also like the bowl because you can see some of these little striations and these damage marks coming in. This is what we call a glossy reflection. Same thing in here, these little striations add gloss or roughness to the surface. What they do is they create very, very slight, almost subcutaneous grooves in the object surface. Those grooves each create a specular reflection of their own, causing the highlight to stretch out, elongate, and distort. And that creates a very cool effect that is also extremely common in most surfaces. The next type of reflection that I've got isn't a reflection at all. It's an effect that happens as light passes through an object all the way, like with this little glass here. What happens in this case is that light refracts or bends, and you can see the way that my finger is becoming distorted on the other side of the glass. That means that light is bending as it passes through this surface. Along with this, I have an effect called a caustic reflection, and that's out here. The caustics are a phenomenon that happens when light intensifies as it passes through transparent surfaces, creating highlights in the shaded areas.